oftentimes it really feels like when we get an anime of a manga, then we're like, oh, guaranteed English license of that manga, but no. And we need to talk about some of those anime that deserve to have a manga license. Hello friends, happy Wednesday. So very excited that you're here. Very excited for this prompt. I do believe that this had the most votes for a prompt of what should I do this month when I asked Shoujo Sparklers. And also, Shoujo Sparklers, if you're watching this video, be sure to check out Monday's poll for what we should do next month. And yes, I believe that between YouTube and Patreon, this got the most votes. And I had to really think about this. And honestly, I thought it would be really, really easy or really hard? One of the two. And then I started doing some research and I'm like, there were several series that I wanted to put on here that actually had a digital only release that was some under the radar kind of release, not from a big major publisher. I'm like, oh, I can't do that. So thankfully, as I was brainstorming for this, I found some anime that people were saying, I'm like, yes, because these are definitely my top 5. I will have sort of a list at the end, and I definitely had a much longer list, and I debated making a completely different graphic so I could include everything. I will say on that graphic, I did not put Journal with a Witch because the rumors have been so strong that it has gotten licensed. We just haven't seen who the publisher is and who hasn't. But for number 1, School Babysitters. Oh my goodness, I've actually never seen the anime, so hopefully I could do the series justice of what I think it's about, because when I was looking online, it seems to be about 2 brothers. Their parents get into a plane crash and they are now, I don't think they're homeless. I mean, maybe they are, because then the chairman of this academy comes to them and is like, hey, I'll let you stay at this academy, but with an exception, or I guess you would say an exception, you have to babysit these kids during the day, because I think it said the chairman had lost their son and daughter-in-law, and it sort of seemed like these babies are the children of the teachers at this academy, but don't have anybody to watch their children, and so we have, the School Babysitters Club kind of thing, and that's what they do. I know this manga is 27 volumes and ongoing, but listen, I would be one of those people to buy it. We yearn for the babies, we yearn for the children. I had a friend that read it several years ago and he loved it so much. He actually bought a physical Japanese manga set because he's like, it's just so good. And people are like, why isn't Berserk like your #1 favorite? But he's like, the babies are in my top 5. And I just thought that was the coolest thing. I remember that was really when this series went on my radar, and I don't know if realistically would ever get a license, but I am so surprised with how popular the anime seemed that we really never saw an actual physical license. And at the time, I mean, the series would have been shorter, so it would have been a perfect opportunity, because I mean, now there is a trend for shoujo manga specifically that we've seen that a lot of series, they're on the shorter end, under like 10 volumes, are getting picked up. We're not seeing these massively long series, so I feel like our chances are lower, but it deserves to be in English. I want to read it. I want to read it so bad. Every clip I've seen of this anime has seemed so incredibly adorable. It is on my watch list. As I've shared in the past, I'm just really bad about watching anime. I tend to just watch randomly whatever my husband or kiddo is watching, and even if it's not on like my radar, I'm just like, oh, it's there, I'll watch it kind of thing. But me making the choice is like a whole other story. I don't know what it is, but this one, please, some publishers say, you know what, we want to invest 27 volumes. We are here. We're going to do it for the babies, and we're going to put the babies in your hands. For number 2, honestly, I am shocked. I actually have this manga on my license wish list, and I can't believe we never did get it, a physical print of this, not even a digital, nothing, and that's Yano-kun's Ordinary Days. There was so much hype and excitement for this anime. It's about a young man, he's in high school, and he just always has these entries all the time. And it's from like crazy things. I think she's like the class president. She's very concerned about him. Extremely. She's worried he's getting bullied. She doesn't understand understand how he's having new injuries every time he comes to class, so she sort of ends up following him one day just because she's genuinely curious. And again, she's very worried just to find out he's having some really, really bad luck. Like, extremely bizarre, like would never happen to anybody else. And he just sadly is unfortunately having that happen to him. And so they begin to get closer and closer though, and it does bloom into a romance. But I saw the enemy was very, very good. And I'm just like, please, Yen. I really thought Yen, our bestie, was going to give us this one. I felt so much confidence. I felt so much hope. And then there was nothing. There was generally nothing. And I think it's 12 volumes and ongoing. So not a long commitment, you know. It's not 27 volumes, even though it'd be worth it. But I really thought, again, with all the excitement, even before the anime, that's why I put this even on my radar because, or how it went on my radar, excuse me. Again, the anime wasn't even a thing yet. And I was like, this looks so cute. I remember seeing panels of it. I think I actually looked into the Japanese preview and I said, I'm here. I'm still here. I'm still here. And I just, again, I can't fathom why we didn't get this one. It seems so popular. And I don't know, maybe it's just me being Delulu and it wasn't nearly as popular as I thought it would be. I really don't know. But I think it deserves still a physical print, and I think people would definitely eat it up because it just seems, I think like Crunchyroll says, when I was like, yeah, a romantic comedy between an anxious girl and a boy who's always injured is about to begin. Like, what's not to love about that? What's not to love? And especially when we're getting so many romantic comedies, might as well add this one to the mix, you know what I'm saying? Like, please. Please, please, please. For number 3, I don't think I really know anybody who watched this, and I'm not even actually sure if it streamed in the US, because when I made a series of graphics, I'll show those much later in the week though, I put a question mark to where I thought it was streaming because there is an official link to it, but then it doesn't pop up, and that is Dog Signal. I didn't even realize this was a shoujose until I was looking into it, but it came to mind because, I'll say why in a second, but it seems to be about a young man. He is sort of, I guess, a rookie dog trainer, and I don't really know what happens, but his ex-girlfriend leaves her dog, his dog, she leaves a dog with him. Good riddance, I would say, if she leaving the dog behind, get her out, you don't need her in your life. But anyway, sorry. But he takes the dog in, or keeps the dog, I should say, but he's really not sure how to raise this dog, despite that, like, aren't you supposed to be a dog trainer of sorts? So he ends up meeting, I guess you would say, like, an official dog trainer and a veterinarian, it seems, and both of them help him to raise his dog, but also I think just change his life in a good way where he wants to seriously become a dog trainer. I'll be honest, the reason I want this is because it gives me the Babysitters Attract vibes. I don't remember if it said that it was marked as a romance, and if it's not, that's okay. Just seeing the covers and how many different dogs there are, I'm like, we need more dog manga, and this seems like it'd be such a fun one. And I can imagine to give like some kind of tips, you know, that some of these manga, I'm trying to think of an example, but some of these manga give, maybe like if it's a cooking manga, it'll give you tips of how to cook certain dishes or how to cut things. Like since I did a video recently, I don't know where it is because I rearranged my manga, but the magic nail art manga, they talked a little bit about doing different kinds of nails and what those different kinds of nails would be, like how you shape your nails is what I'm trying to say. So I feel like Dog Signal would be a very good example of, hey, here are some tips of how to help train your dog or work with your dog, and I just think that'd be really fun. But ultimately, hands down, it is for the dogs. I want to read it because of the dogs. I think this was 14 volumes and ongoing, and I was still very surprised to see that it was ongoing. I'm not sure what magazine or online website that this is serializing in. I have no idea. I didn't look at that information. I just saw the dogs and I said I want them alongside Babysitters Attract because that series, and I do a video review of that because my Shoujo Sparklers Patreon channel members, they voted for it. I was very excited to do an official review on it. So if you're curious about that series, go check out that video. But I wanted more like that. Again, even if this isn't necessarily a big romance and maybe it's just sort of on the back burner, I'm still here. I'm still here for all the cute doggies. Like, yes, 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 yes. Sorry, I said that twice. I said in the last pick, but it's just, man, I really thought maybe we would get this one, and maybe because cat manga is dominating, but maybe there's a chance, maybe one day. Same as number 4. Listen, you guys know I absolutely love Villainess. How do we not have this? From Bureaucrat to Villainess, Dad's been reincarnated. This was an anime that was on High Dive, and when I was trying to confirm where's it streaming, I don't think it's on High Dive. I think it went to Amazon Prime now. I'm like, please do not tell me that's because they don't have the rights or it's not very popular. I mean, yes, it is different than the usual Villainess that we get in English, like I would say for anime and manga, because I believe when the show starts out, he is 52 and he ends up getting hit by Truck-kun and he gets isekai'd into, I believe it's his daughter's favorite otome game, and he gets reincarnated as the Villainess specifically. I'm a little bit unsure of what to say on this one because I saw not the full thing. My husband watched it without me, but the parts I saw or the episodes I saw were so good, very funny. I think it's the closing song. It is everything. It is a blast to watch and listen to. Definitely one that you don't ever skip. But there was a twist near the end that I have not seen in a Villainous story before. And I'm like, this seems so great. The way he carries himself as this Villainous, because, you know, the Villainous in the games, they're supposed to follow a certain route. They're supposed to do certain mean, evil things, and he's not doing that. He is not doing that. And so I was so crushed that after we got the anime announcement that there was no news. I really thought Seven Seas has given us a lot of Villainous series. I thought they would bring it home. It seems like such a fun series, and I'm just like, they didn't. And I'm not really sure if anybody else would. We're definitely not falling off of the Villainous because I did mention in my manga news video on Monday how we did get a new Villainous series. It's completed 3 volumes. I'm not picking it up, and I did say why in that video. But I feel overall getting Villainous series is a lot more rare than it used to be. And I appreciate when we get them, but I really was hoping this would be one of them. And it just unfortunately it hasn't. I was hoping even just for digital, I would be content with just digital, and I wonder if it's just because he's a dad who's older and he's not, you know, the young, beautiful Villainous who's making the decisions. I don't really know, but the twist that was in there was so enjoyable, and I would definitely suggest watching the anime since it's the only one right now that we have available to engage and check out this story. For number 5, this one I was so hoping, that is the Yuzuki's Family's 4 Sons. Kept getting tongue-tied trying to say that. Oh my goodness, some slice of life centered around family. Is about 4 brothers. The parents, I think, passed away 2 years ago, and so now we have these 4 brothers that are living together. We have the eldest one who's in college, I believe, trying to take care of the younger ones. Then we have 2 of them that are in high school and 1 that is in elementary school. And I checked out that first chapter and I said of the manga and I said, why? Why do we not have this? I don't understand. I even think we have some of this creator's other work in English. Granted, it's only digitally, but I'm like, I would take that. Usually I just want physical or mainly physical, but there's times I'm willing to relent on that because this was so beautiful, so wonderful. And again, if you need some beautiful family slice of life, this series, this story is it. I believe it is 20 volumes and ongoing, 100% worth it, like Babysitters. I mean, this one I'm assuming we do see the younger ones sort of age as the series goes on. The covers are so cute. I feel like I didn't see too much talk or chatter about this one. I really think it's because it is not a romantic story. It's all slice of life vibes. And I feel despite that, a lot of people are like, hey, I don't want just romantic shoujo. If we're honest, a lot of the anime we get that are very popular typically are romance, which is fine. I mean, I enjoy slice of life manga, not necessarily always with anime though. I will take a slice of life manga over an anime any day, but this is why I want this one to get licensed in English, the manga, because it was so, again, so beautiful. And I just want to see more of these brothers and how they interact, the obstacles they overcome, the way they grow closer. It is truly a very, very precious story. And I feel like we are lacking so much not having this very wonderful story in English. Like, what is going on? Please, someone bring it over, bring it to us. They know that they want to. They know that they do. They want to stop the allegations that shoujo shoujo is just romance. Somebody out there, I know they do. I know they do. And if you're curious about a few other series that I had on the list that I really was like, man, these, and I use a randomizer, I should say, that should have a license in English. Here is a graphic that I made of just a few different series. Again, there was so much more than just this list, which was very surprising because, again, it just feels like a guarantee. If it gets an anime, boom, we're going to get that manga in English licensed somehow, whether physically, digitally, or physically and digitally. But I would love to hear from you. What are some manga they're like, man, we have the anime. Where is the manga license? I would love to know. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!